Welcome to Purphoros Bronze Blooded. As far as opening hand goes, I love every single one of these cards, but they're not good without land. So let's go to Mulligan. That's what we're going to be doing. That's going to be Double Mountain, Homeward. Yeah, we keep on this one. This is some pretty good ramp. So what are we going to put on the bottom? We definitely want to hold on to Warstorm Surge. That's going to be 1, 2, 3. I guess. I guess we put Mimic Vat on the bottom because everything else we just kind of want to get some ramp going. So I'd love to have Mimic Vat, but yeah, we'll keep on this one because got a big old hunger for some Warstorm Surge. I've been wanting to get a really good Warstorm Surge win with this deck, so we're going to keep on this one. Let's go and lead off with Mountain, and then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn over to our opponent. We're playing Purphoros, Bronze Blooded, Indestructible, Devotion 5 turns into a creature. Other creatures you control have haste. Then for a 3-mana activation, you may put a red creature or an artifact creature from your hand onto the battlefield. Sacrifice at the beginning of the next end step. So let's go Mountain, and I think at this point, if we just want to kind of get ahead on our opponent, we just need to really get ahead on mana. So let's lead off with Mind Stone, and then we kick it back over there. Playing gets the Kira, the glass spinner. Should make you some glasswares if you want to buy some. Flying creatures you control have whenever this creature becomes the target of a spell or ability for the first time each turn, counter that spell or ability. So there we go. Now we are in counter spell range against our opponent. Do we want to end up going for a Tormenting Voice? No, because we have to discard a card first. And if you heard a little meow, that is, it's not Loretta, it's my production assistant, Dorothy. She was asleep and then woke up and said, gimme, pick me up. So I did. We'll see. Let's see if this Hedron, I almost said Hedron Crab. But yeah, I was kind of figuring, yeah, there we go. They got the OG counter spell, so anything else, pass it back over to our opponent. We still have Homer Path that's going to allow us to go for Purphoros, so fingers crossed that does stick. That would be pretty nice. But we did cover both commanders. Give a quick shout out to our sponsors, MTGOTraders. If you want to go to the hot springs in Purphoros' mountain and bathe in lava, hey, go for it. It's a lot of fun. Highly suggested. And actually, at this point, with our opponent going shields down, I would love to go Purphoros, but since we just ripped into Mind's Eye, this is going to be a great way for us to draw cards for the rest of the game. So there we go. I feel pretty good about that. Anything else? Pass it over there. Yeah, go check out the hot springs. You know, it is hot lava. And so, I mean, unless you're like probably bronze blooded or you have bronze in your blood, I wouldn't go get in the hot springs, especially if you're just like a fleshy human. But hey, I can't stop you. You do whatever you want over at MTGOTraders. Also, let's give a quick shout out to inkgaming.com/Jolt. That will apply the coupon code. It's going to give you a little bit off your order and at the same time help support the channel, which is pretty cool for everybody involved. And last but not least, I started a Patreon. So if you'd like to contribute to the Patreon, there's a link down in the description below. You can help support cool content like this, get your hands on some promotional token giveaways, or just get your name in the ending or the beginning credits, whatever that may be. So it's officially free, and if you do, much obliged. I certainly do. And then we get hit with capsize, so there we go. But yeah, if you're keeping score at home, it is officially free time. Let's have some fun. So we got Kira swinging across for 2. That does put us down to 28. And yeah, I like jamming this again. I mean, we're going to have the mana to pay for it. So let's go Mind's Eye. And then, luckily, they didn't have enough mana to bring it back. And so we're just going to keep going for this Mind's Eye, keep cashing in that card draw. I think that sounds pretty good. This is going to be a game of resources, whoever can get the most resources. So, yes, we will definitely pay that ability. Blightsteel Colossus. Okay, so we've got our first contender. Now, with Warstorm Surge and Blightsteel, since Blightsteel does have Infect, that's going to be a one-hit KO for our opponent. If we can get Warstorm Surge down and we can get Purphoros down, that is, we're already looking at 11 mana and we're playing against a mono blue deck, but it is good to know for at least the people at home if you don't realize that interaction. I actually didn't realize it the first time I played with Purphoros. But yeah, so whenever a creature deals damage, it doesn't matter where that damage is coming from. So that's what makes Blightsteel with something like Warstorm Surge such a cool option to go for. I don't know, I love it. So, Mere Battlesphere. I think at this point, Mere Battlefield didn't really do much in this one, so if our opponent's got a counterspell, maybe they're sitting on, they really want to kind of get that one, I don't know, maybe just get it out of their hand or something. Let's just try to go for a Tormenting Voice really quick. All right, we did hit the land drop. That's going to be Mountain. Yeah, and I feel, I mean, if they've got a counter spell, they've got it. So then we'll have the mana to repay for it. So we're going to go Purphoros. If this sticks, oh, there we go. Awesome. It stuck. So that's good. Now we're definitely, yeah, I guess I'd say we're in the driver's seat. You know, we just got a 2-2 on the battlefield, unless our opponent's banking on something like Cyclonic Rift or something. But if we can end up going Warstorm Surge next turn, that does give us 1 mana. we'd almost need to rip into something like a mana rock or something to give us that extra mana. But if we can get that Warstorm Surge on the battlefield, that really does help us out to where even if our opponent does have Cyclonic Rift, we might be able to time it to where in response to Cyclonic Rift, we can bounce in or drop in Blightsteel Colossus with Reigns. Okay, opponent took our Mind's Eye, so... but the good thing they don't have enough mana for it. And them going shields down, we're going to go Warstorm Surge 100%. So, ooh, and then Gauntlet of Might. So with Gauntlet of Might, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think I kind of like that. Let me make sure I counted that right. That's going to be 1 for Mindstone, Homeward Path, and 1, 2, and that gives us 3, and then it's going to be 2. Yeah, let's do that. All right, so we're going to go Gauntlet of Might first. And then let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's drop in a quick little Warstorm Surge. And now, as long as we can pass with this open next turn, we'll be in a really good spot. Now that we do have 2 creatures in our hand, something like Phyrexian Colossus, we can even just kind of drop that in as a, bait for any sort of send everything back to our opponent's hand, whatever that may be. I mean, if our opponent does have Cyclonic Rift, they just might end up going in for it with us having our shields down at this point right now. I wouldn't blame them for doing that just because... when you're playing against a deck, and especially like something like Aristocrats, it's hard to interact with Aristocrats because it's just instant speed. It just happens, and no matter what you have, you're going to be able to... Oh, is this... Okay, they're going to destroy our Homeward Path. That's... Oh, yeah. Oh, no, that's just creatures. All right, so we should be in a pretty good spot to drop in this Blightsteel Colossus. So that's going to be Kira swinging in. Oh, and this is going to feel good, too, especially after they stole our Mind's Eye. So we're going to drop in... I think we'll do this first. We're going to drop in a quick Phyrexian Colossus just to kind of see. And they do end up paying 1. So let's go Mountain down. And let's go Phyrexian Colossus. And the reason we're doing this is, like I mentioned, we're just trying to see if we're getting any movement out of their hand, like a random bounce spell or something like that. So let's drop in Phyrexian Colossus. We're going to deal that damage to our opponent. Oh, yeah, look at that. All right, so the coast should be clear for Blightsteel Colossus. Because that's going to be 8. That's going to put them down. And then let's go for a Blightsteel. Oh, we don't need to tap down 6 mana, but that would probably make Blightsteel very, very happy. Let's drop in Blightsteel Colossus. And this should be good now because we're going to get that trigger. And that's going to be all infect damage. And, oh, look at this. Ah, there we go. Close the game out. So, not the most craziest of wins, but, it gets mono blue with a bunch of counter spells or something like that. It's nice to be able to pull out a win with Purphoros. But yeah, with the Blightsteel and Warstorm Surge, that is definitely a good option to run in your Purphoros deck. It just helps you, Infect is not something that I try to go for all the time, but in a scenario like this where, let's say that we are playing against mono blue, it does go to late game. As the game goes longer, the worse it is going to be for us. So you do want to have some sort of option to be like, all right, I need to hit the, break glass in case of emergency option. And Blightsteel Colossus with Warstorm Surge. And really, if you think about it, you've got to tap out 6 mana for Warstorm Surge and have it stick around and go for a Purphoros activation. So, hey, if you got Blightsteel Colossus, run it in there. It is a good option. It's just always nice to have a good option to point at somebody and say you lose. So, anyways, hey, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye. Welcome to Purphoros, the Bronze Blooded. As far as our opening hand goes, we've got 4 mountains. We'll keep on this one. I mean, I was going to say we could maybe mulligan because we don't have a card draw source, but we've got Duretti, so hopefully our opponent's going to be taking a back seat with Sevinne over there, and then we can have a little bit of time to build up our board state and hopefully use... Oh, there we go. Run into Worn Power Stone. That is just beautiful. So let's go and lead off with a Desert of the Fervent, and then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn over to our opponent. But before we cover our commander, just wanted to give you a quick heads up. This is a Good Morning Vietnam. In fact, it is the very first Good Morning Vietnam video of the Good Morning Vietnam morning. So hopefully I don't make any mistakes. I'm just if there's a weird sequencing error, if Jolt, why didn't you see this? Hey, baby girl got up at 4 o'clock this morning, and then I slept for an hour, so now it's about 5:30 or 6, and so now I'm recording, so there you go. That'll answer your question if I do something goofy. So we're playing Purphoros, Bronze Blooded. Indestructible, Devotion 5 turns into a creature, then other creatures you control have haste. Then for a 3-mana activation, you may put a red creature card or an artifact creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. So opponent just leads off with 3 basics. Yeah, I think we just end up going 1 Power Stone. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, and then see if that sticks. It does, and then we pass it back over to our opponent. Playing against Sevinne. The Chronoclasm. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to Sevinne the Chronoclasm. Then, whenever you cast your first instant or sorcery spell from your graveyard each turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copying. Oh, this is Steam Augury. Okay. I was like, what just happened? So our opponent's going to split this up into 2 piles, and then we choose what pile to give them. There might be hurting on lands. Increasing Vengeance, increasing Devotion, which they need another white source for that. And then that's going to be destroy target attacking or blocking creature with the farm to market. I mean, if they've got a 5th land for increasing devotion, we have a lot of sweepers in this deck, and I'm not really scared of either of these. So let's go and give our opponent pile 1. They might need that land pretty bad. So, I mean, just the only thing that's really going to directly affect our board state is having a big creature swing in, and then they have destroy target attacking creature. So let's just go and give them a pile 1, and then hopefully that'll keep them off a little bit of mana going for their commander, so I think we can make that work. We'll go, oh yes, Inferno Titan. Let's go for Mountain. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can actually just go for a straight up Inferno Titan if we wanted to. We also have the option to go to ready, where we can discard and draw some cards. I guess at this point, no, because we did give them choose a creature that control destroy. Well, actually, yeah, I think Inferno Titan. Yeah, let's do this. This would be a good way to kind of test them out. Start swinging with some damage. I love Inferno Titan. He's one of my favorite non-Sultai cards out there. And so let's get the Inferno Titan trigger up top. We're doing full 3 damage. And then anything else, pass it back over to our opponent. So we did cover both commanders. Give a quick shout out to our sponsors, MTGOTraders. If you want to go to the hot springs in Purphoros Mountain and bathe in lava, head on over there. MTGOTraders. Oh, are we about to get... We're getting a bolt and increasing vengeance on Inferno Titan. Okay, I'll take that. And yeah, if that was their whole turn, we'll get that crossed off. That just basically wanted to see what they were working with, and they did need that land, so I do like that. So we can kind of deploy some more stuff out. So, but yeah, be sure to check out MTGOTraders if you want to go bathe in hot lava. It's not recommended, but hey, it's your life. Do what you want. Okay, so we've got 7 total mana, so we can end up going, and I guess at this point we just ended up going Purphoros. We could end up going for Doretta if we wanted to. But yeah, I just like having the Purphoros options out there, especially if we're worried about some sort of counter magic from our opponent. And this can be 1, 2. And that's going to be Purphoros coming down. There we go. And then anything else, pass it back over there. Also, let's give a quick shout out to inkgaming.com/Jolt. That will apply the coupon code if you go to inkgaming.com/Jolt. They have a ton of wares over there. Show me what wares you have, vendor. They've got a lot of them. And while you're over there and they're showing you their wares, type in Jolt539 and you'll be able to see some of the cool playmat designs that I've done. So there we go. Ink Gaming. And also, last but not least, I started a Patreon, but you know the spiel on that. So there we go. All right. It's officially free time. Let's have some fun. All right, so we've got Mimic Vat. Ooh. So that could be... If we just wanted to kind of get the commander tax going up on Sevinne, which I kind of like that, we could just kind of Rolling Earthquake for a little bit and then still kind of have Phyrexian Colossus swing in. Let's do that, because I do want to get rid of our opponent's commander. So that's going to be X is going to be 2. Yeah, that'll work out. Because we could do more, because we're looking at a Purphoros trigger for 3. Now, that does cut us off Mimic Vat. But you know what? So let's just do this, because we do want to kind of chip away at our opponent's life total, too. So, and, oh. Excuse me. I even read at the beginning of the video, prevent all damage that would be dealt to Sevinne. So, oops. So let's go ahead and drop in a quick little Phyrexian. No, they're going to be able to block on Phyrexian Colossus. All right, so we're going to end up going Mimic Vat. There we go. Anything else pass turn to our opponent. So, yeah, a little bit of goof on my part, but we're chipping away at our opponent's life total. And I told you it's a Good Morning Vietnam video, so there we go. But yeah, so prevent all damage that would be able to Sevinne definitely does stop a Rolling Earthquake. I looked at Rolling Earthquake and my head was like, hey, Sevinne, he does not have horsemanship. He's not riding on a horse. And then, nope, that's that's not how this works. Can't do it. Missed that one. So a little bit of a misplay, but we can set some good stuff up. We've got Doretta, but we could end up going for draw 2 cards. One option that we can end up going for would be dropping in Phyrexian Colossus to swing in. We can go for Duretti and actually dump both of our creatures. If we end up going Sandstone Oracle and they're ripping into a bunch of cards, I kind of do like that because that really does refuel our hand very, very quickly with Sandstone Oracle. So we might try to end up going for that. But we'll end up seeing. So we got, see if Sevinne wants to swing in or not. So basically what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to kind of bottleneck a bunch of creatures on the battlefield. That's going to be the game plan right now, just to kind of get around all that combat damage. So in fact, yeah, let's go Duretti, because Duretti would definitely kind of force our opponents to get off of their lazy boy chair, their commander. So let's go and go for the +2, discard 2 cards, then draw 2 cards. We're going to get rid of Portal. And I think we just get rid of, yeah, Phyrexian Colossus. So we draw 2 more cards. Okay, Pirate's Pillage. And then we can dump in Wormcoil Engine if we wanted to. We're going to get a little bit of extra tokens. Yeah, and what we can do is we can actually just Mimic that it the whole time. And it's got flying. So yeah, let's do that. So let's go and dump Sandstone Oracle onto the battlefield. Yeah, that'll be good. So we're going to dump Sandstone Oracle onto the battlefield. It's going to have flying. We're going to be able to draw 3 cards, which is nice in a deck like this. There we go. At least we're going to be able to make the land drops. So that's going to be Smoldering. We're going to play that one. Let's go and push in for 4. And then we're going to be able to Mimic that. This is really going to help us out. Just make sure that we kind of keep up with our opponent's card advantage. So let's go and swing in for 4. It's going to knock him down to 16. And then we will pass the turn to our opponent. Yeah, so whenever I read a commander and you're like, oh, Joel, how did you... Yes, definitely use that ability. How did you not remember that? Yeah, so when I'm reading commanders, there's a lot of stuff going on in my head at the beginning of the video. I'm trying to see what sort of opening hand we have. I'm just a bunch of options that I'm trying to keep up with. So, and it's just easy to forget about little things like that. And I haven't played, I think I recorded 1 game with Sevinne and then I just completely forgot. So it's one of those, like, Magic Online has a very rough way of making sure, it's kind of like the whole, like, if you ask a judge a certain question a certain way, like, they'll answer it, but it's not really what you're trying to get at, if that makes sense. And so Magic Online is very good about, hey, you goofed up. See? What you thought was going to work did not work. So we'll see what our opponent's tapping up for. This can be Devil's Play. Deals 3 damage to any target. Yeah, if they're going to... Yeah, I guess that's fine. Just going to knock Duretti down to 2. Now, if they do end up swinging in with Duretti, that does work out. We've got Wormcoil swinging across. It's really going to kind of pump up our board state. And if we wanted to kind of kick this up just a little bit, we can go for Electro Dominance to drop in a quick... Well, no, it's not going to... No, our creatures do have haste with Purphoros, so we'll see, because we're just staring down a Mana Confluence at this point right now. So let's have Mountain come down. That's going to be 3 from Mimic Vat, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3. That's going to leave us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're actually going to be 1 away from dropping in Wormcoil Engine. Okay, so we end up going... Panharmonicon. I think I kind of do, yeah, so we're going to go Mimic Vat. Let's create a copy of Mimic Vat. Actually, if we want to set some stuff up first, let's go Panharmonicon. And then let's drop in the Sandstone Oracle. This is still going to at least allow us to... Actually, we'll do it this way. So we'd go Purphoros. We're going to put Wormcoil Engine onto the battlefield. There we go. And then now we drop in a creature with Mimic Vat. Sandstone Oracle. And then what's this going to do? It's going to allow us to draw 2 cards. Like I mentioned, 2 cards is better than 0. Our opponent's going to scoop it up on this one. So good game to our opponent. Not the cleanest game to win, but our opponent's in a position where they're not really going to be able to bounce back from that. With Purphoros dropping in Wormcoil Engine, we do have to sacrifice it, but then that also puts us in a spot to where we can basically Mimic Vat it if we want to, and then keep getting those tokens on the battlefield, keep swinging in. A little bit of a misplay with that Rolling Earthquake, but hey, we're able to secure the win. I will take that, and I'll see you in the next video. So, hey, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.